special guest here on Stacking Pennies. You would know him from backseat drivers and just NASCAR.com in general. My good buddy for a long time, Dylan Smith, a.k.a. Black Mamba, joins the show in lieu of his first career ARCA start this weekend at IRP. How you doing, buddy?
I'm good, man. It's good to see y'all. I've been watching the show forever. I was like, damn, I can't believe they've never called me one time for one opinion or nothing.
Well, Denny and Kyle both got disqualified, so you were third this week.
That's fair.
So welcome to the party.
Doesn't that make me number one, though?
It does.
Ooh. Okay.
Yeah, it does make you number one because there was nobody else we asked.
Well, there we go.
Thanks for jumping on.
Hey, happy to be here.
First off, I'm proud of you for
Thanks, man.
grinding. We've been grinding, all three of us in this game for a long time, known each other since we were wee little lads at the go-kart place out behind Joy of Seton. We were just talking before he jumped on, though. You said that it was our fault for giving you the Black Mamba name. Where'd that come from?
Dude, so remember like when Michael Cherry was the Michael Cherry days of Rev, right? So he brought me down to go-karting with y'all at Victory Lane. And I had already been once or whatever, so you already had your racer name in there. So as the helmet's sitting here, Kobe, I put in Black Mamba. I'm like, man, that's a cool nickname, right?
Kobe was your guy?
Kobe was at that point, Kobe was, he was a bad boy at that point.
Oh, yeah.
Right? So.
What year was that, do you think?
11.
Okay.
So it's coming off of his, like, MVPs and, like, just everything he's been doing. And so it was already in there, but I had not met you guys. I literally went with Michael Cherry, and, like, I think I was, like, 7th or 8th or something like that on the board, and you guys are looking at the thing. You're like, who the hell is the Black Mamba? And I'm like, this little 5%. I'm like, hey.
It wasn't McReynolds.
McReynolds, yeah.
Yeah, well, no, but Brandon was there, but I knew he wasn't the Black Mamba.
No, yeah, it wasn't McReynolds.
It was you.
Yeah, it was me. It was either me or Mark Davis, and you guys already knew Mark. So we run, and I start on, like, the front row of the next race. You were to my left.
I'm sure I worked you over.
Logano, I think, was to the right, and either Skip or Brandon was right behind me, and you guys, like, sandwiched me, and then Logano hit the brakes, and I went right into the wall and got stuck underneath the wall, and they had a red flag it.
Well, you're not going to do that this weekend, are you?
No.
All right, good.
No, we'll be on those days.
So how'd this all come together? I know A.J. Allmendinger was involved. The car looks like A.J.'s champ car, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
So talk a little bit about A.J. and y'all's relationship, how you made it happen.
Yeah, so I've known A.J. for a while, and like we kind of met through this guy named Mark Biebrick, who was on the K&N team with me with Larson, and he was our car chief. And me and Mark become really good friends. And then Mark went to JTG when AJ was there, and that's kind of how I met AJ. And we were at Boatyard Eats, and I was telling him he's like, when are you gonna race again? I'm like, I don't know, like, kind of working on this ARCA thing with Team Dillon Management and Austin Craven, and he's like, well, what do you need? We kind of told him, and he's like, all right, give me that napkin. Get the napkin, writes it out right there, and I'm like, let me sign that right now and take a picture so you ain't taking this back.
Yes.
So that's how we did it right there.
Sign that thing in blood.
In blood.
Drunk napkin contracts are the best, bro.
Listen, the best deals are made at the bar, and I think the greatest deals are made playing golf.
I've had neither of those.
Well, I got you up.
I need to work on that. So what are the expectations going in this week, man? You don't get to race very often. Once a year is about your one thing. So why'd you pick this weekend with Tyler Young as a Go ARCA race?
Yeah, usually you guys know, it's like the Snowflake. And, that race is so tough.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I went down and worked with you, and you went and made the Derby. And I do that because you have so much track time. So hopefully by the time you get to qualifying everything, you understand what you need to do and where you're at. So, but Tyler Trosper, one of our buddies, he's getting married that same week, and he asked me to officiate the wedding. And I was like, yeah, I'm marrying.
You're ordained?
Or I will be, by the time that comes up. So
what an honor.
Well, I mean, so it's like he's like, I know you always race that weekend, and I'm like, yeah, like. If you really want me to, I'll do it for you. So
when I saw that you were driving an ARCA car, it brought back memories of, remember when we drove up there?
Oh my God!
To IRP.
Me and this guy go to IRP.
And Neil Lewis
and Chase Briscoe's driving.
So
the ARCA car.
Pause right quick. So this was like when I was crew chief in West Cars, flying to Bakersfield, had really no driving thing. So I was like a hired crew chief.
Hired gun.
And Paul Andrews out of the blue, hey, man, Cory, what are you doing this weekend? Like, nothing. I don't know. Like, I got this kid Chase Briscoe, he's running a third car for us. We got nobody to work on it. Do you think you could round up a couple guys to work on this thing? I'm like, yeah, sure, why not? So Mamba was helping me. We'd go to some different K&N races or whatever. I'm like, Mamba, we're going to IRP this weekend. Sure. We load up in a van, and we head on up to IRP. So it was hotter than a well digger's ass up there. Anybody been in?
But that's how it is there. It's so hot.
God.
It's so hot, man.
I think it's awesome that it comes full circle that you drove up there with me to mechanic on Chase Briscoe's ARCA car. And now you get to live your dream this weekend, man. So what do you expect?
Man, I want to be competitive, right?
What does that like? What does that look like?
I think that looks like having like 7th place speed, I feel like, at least like through practice. And then if we can, dodge some of the rolling blockades.
So how do you prepare? Because you don't get a whole lot of – I mean, you're definitely not getting sim time.
No.
What do you get, iRacing?
Yeah, so Tyler –
watch ESPN? Coverage is excellent?
Yeah, I mean, I watch a lot of Stacking Pennies. You guys do a good job of getting us prepared for the weeks.
Yeah.
And then we talk about it on Backseat Drivers. So no, but Tyler Young has iRacing at the shop. So I was there today. I'm going to go back tomorrow with Jesse Little. Me and Jesse are going to turn a bunch of laps and just kind of get
it helps, man.
I know. Well, Skip called me. Skip called me last week, and he was like, man, you going to iRace? I'm like, I got to find a rig. He's like, dude, if you don't find one, like, come to my house because it helps. And
his rig sucks, but at least you're jumping on it.
No, you suck.
No, your rig sucks.
No, you suck.
No, your rig sucks.
I mean, it does help, though.
Yeah.
It is tough. It is different.
What? So you have you've obviously, I mean, we worked together at Stuart Haas when you were a mechanic working in Teardown, and you've done a good job just staying relevant in the sport. It's a hard thing to do. You know you wanted to work in the sport. You didn't really know where your place is, and you found a good home here at NASCAR doing media stuff. Why? I feel like whenever I go back and get in a car, I feel very vulnerable because, you're out there. There's a chance you could suck.
Yep.
There's a chance you could wreck. There's a chance you could be on TV for all the wrong reasons.
Yep.
And I know that, and I embrace that, and I know the reasons that I go do it. Why do you want to go back and put yourself on that pedestal?
Because when I moved down here because I want to drive race cars. Like that might not be what I'm doing all the time, but if I don't do it at all, it like digs at me.
Yep.
It's like the whole reason I came down here, I'm not fulfilling that, right? And even if it's once a year, it's great. And now I get to marry that with doing on-camera stuff here at NASCAR and with the digital media group, which is super fun. I got to do, like, driver intros, which is awesome. And I don't know, man, like, the passion of driving, that's what I love to do. But how I'm trying to help move the sport forward, I can do that without being in the driver's seat. But I want to race because I enjoy it.
For sure. Love that. So, obviously, Stacking Pennies originates from setting clear-cut goals you can achieve over the course of the weekend, right? Little tiny things that nobody really picks up on. I feel like we need to establish some pennies for you to stack this weekend.
Yeah. What do we got?
Number 1, finish all the laps.
200 of them.
Yep. All right. So there's a lot of shit you have to do before that last one comes into play.
Right.
I would not be concerned with being 7th or better in practice.
Okay.
I would be concerned of figuring out where the corners are at. First time to IRP.
Yep.
Not an easy track. There's about 9 different lanes to run.
Yep.
Right? So don't chase speed charts in practice. Get settled in. Find out where the corners are at.
Don't even look at them.
Don't even look at them because you got to settle in. And first time you drive an ARCA car.
Yeah, and we only have, honestly, like, when I say 7th, I mean, like, I want to be in that range by the time we're done.
Yeah.
We only have I think we only have, like, an hour. We get one practice on the thing.
So, yes, don't expect to be 7th. So let's just say, hey, get faster every time you hit the racetrack.
Yep.
Let's not even pick a position to qualify. Let's put a 94% effort lap down in qualifying.
Okay.
Can we do that?
Yeah.
Not go 84.
Yeah, don't
go 100.
Yeah, don't bust your ass in qualifying.
94.
That's a good number.
You got to leave yourself 6% of margin for error.
I'd go 87.
That's why he changes tires. That's why I drive for him.
So maybe it's in between. Maybe it's somewhere in between.
Keep the fenders on it.
Yeah, for sure.
All 4 of them. Because there's 4.
Yeah.
There's 2 behind you and 2 in front of you.
Right.
And then run all laps.
Yeah.
Let the position speak for itself at the end. You can do all those.
I feel like that.
Would you like to have any of those added in there?
No, I think that's good.
Don't put a position on it.
No, and it's not really. They didn't get mad. They commented on something. They're like, I think it's weird that this guy is like gonna go race, but isn't like trying to move up. Like, there's so many other people that could have the opportunity. I'm like,
can I add one more to the list?
Yeah.
Don't read social media
Dude,
ever, especially this weekend. Yeah. Don't do it.
Oh no, yeah, no, I can't. Well, I will say like. When I started,
people are gonna chirp.
But they don't know, right? And that's the funny thing. It's
the
like
finishing position for you, it has to be the result, not the goal.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So it's the result of all the stuff you did right, and then it'll work itself out. If you go there with a goal of trying to do that,
You're always gonna be
it's going to be
trying too hard, man.
Settle
in.
A lot of it is just enjoying it, man. There was a point where I didn't think I was gonna be able to get to this. To be able to do it and do it on a NASCAR towing level or even like anywhere close because it kept coming up short.
Hey, I wasn't going to watch the ARCA race. Now I am.
I'm gonna go.
I'm not going to be there.
I'm gonna go.
You know who's spotting for me?
That's what I was going to ask.
Coleman Presley.
Oh, so I mean,
man.
Hey, I put the squad back together on this deal.
bro, you've got a squad. Who's crew chief in that thing?
Panda.
Oh boy.
So that thing will be pretty decent. I feel like you could run top 10 if you stack all the pennies.
I feel like that's.
I think you could do that. But before you run top 10, you got to get through the entire day nice, cool, calm, and collected before 6 p.m. Friday night at IRP. I got faith in you, buddy. You can do it.
I appreciate it.
Just settle in, man. Stuff's not easy, especially when you do it one time a year. But is that on TV live? Marry me.
You had to sit here the whole time. It is on TV live.
Yeah, it's
FS1.
Yeah.
It's live on FS1, 6 o'clock.
You were here because you wanted to talk to Mamba. What do you got?
But you guys didn't shut up the whole time. I was going to ask him where he wanted to finish, but then you said he shouldn't make that the goal.
No,
But
it's not the goal.
It's the result.
But then Cory followed up and said, I think you could get a top 10. So I'm confused
I think
now.
you could.
I'll say this.
Within,
Yeah.
if you don't do too much.
Qualifying for the Snowflake and the Myrtle Beach 400, like that is so hard. That was so hard to me. Like that. I'm already in the race. It's more about like getting acclimated and making it to the end.
Settle in.
Tell
man.
us about the helmet.
Bro,
Cory's kicking it.
I know,
No,
Oh,
that's just the visor.
dude.
Shout out to Greg from Off Axis Paint and Noel, who obviously is a badass airbrusher who airbrushed.
What size is that? Is that a 3X? Can I fit in
this?
that?
This
No.
can't fit your bucket head.
Yeah, no, it barely
Airbrushed a
fits
sweet black mamba on the side and the black mamba on the other side. And you know who's going to be wearing it? This black mamba right next to me. This thing's sweet, man.
mine. It's probably a one and doneer.
What are you going to do with it?
I don't know yet. It's so awesome. We went to because you got this show. Partially, we got to go to the #Sports Awards in Vegas the other week.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of cool art, and I feel like next year this thing could be a part of that.
You can put it in the Louvre?
Yeah, it belongs in the sports loop.
This
cool.
thing's pretty cool.
He did a kick-ass job with it.
It won't be a one and doneer because you're going to run more after this one. You don't need your helmet.
Let's hope.
That would be sick.
Let's hope. Well, hey, from everybody here, Stacking Pennies, man, we wish you guys, we wish you, Mom, in particular, good luck this weekend, 6 p.m. Y'all watch him, FS1. He's going to be out there stacking pennies, living a dream.
Doing it.
Black Mamba. Dylan Smith, thanks for jumping on with us.
Thanks, big dog.
Hang on one last thing before you go, Black Mamba. I forgot to ask you the questions.
The question.
Yes, you're no exception. We've asked Justin Marks. We've asked any driver that's been on the podcast these couple questions. Number one, if you had to pick one race car and one racetrack to race at the rest of your life, what do you go with?
Oh, wow. One car and one track the rest of your life. Man, I would just like to. I would go back home. I would go to Thunder Road Speed Bowl.
With a what?
I really like driving the Pro Late models.
That thing's a turd, man.
But I like them.
Put something with some motor in it.
I like them.
And don't bully him, man.
Yeah.
You want to? You're sitting here telling me, Mamba,
I like them.
for the rest of your life, you want to drive a car with 200 horsepower
Hey, man.
and treaded tires.
I'm gonna tell you. No, that's
Hey, man,
not.
he likes-
That's not
hey.
a Pro Late model.
Yes, it is.
No, you're thinking. You're not. In
This
the right-
reminds me of Joe Dirt. You only have sparklers? What about the Whisker Do's and Whisker Don'ts? Twirly birds. That's just what I like.
That's just what I could run a 4-cylinder there around there for the rest of my life, and it'd be cool.
Hey, that'd be pretty fun.
That'd be fun.
Now we're talking.
I
Front wheel drive.
I just love that play. I miss it too. I do miss it.
Interesting answer. Can't say I love it.
Snakes
Question
and
number 2.
sparklers.
What's the most embarrassed you've ever been at the racetrack? Behind the wheel, mechanic, whatever.
The most embarrassed, man. It takes a lot for me to get embarrassed, but probably I think Bubba won Michigan, and I had to run back. I was doing PR. He won the truck race, and I was doing PR for MDM at that point. And I went to jump back over the wall to go get something, and I got my foot caught on the top of it, and it was in the back shot of the of the FS1 camera.
Yes.
And I get it, and Beeve, Aaron Kuhn, he's like, "You're looking real good out there, bud." I'm like, "Oh."
Corey wasn't. Corey was racing at the time, but remember when John Hunter Nemechek set the grass on fire next to us
Yeah.
at the Snowball Derby, and you were trying to put it out with your shoe? You missed that. That lives in my head forever. You had Air Force Ones on trying to stomp that fire out, about lit the whole place on
Stomping
fire
them
because it was
out.
right next to his gas.
It was
can.
right. Well, yeah, we were about to blow up. That was
Yeah.
the thing.
You
So,
missed it because you were on the track, but it was something else.
We've been through some buddy.
dude,
Keep on grinding. We're going to make it one of these days, I think.
we're doing all right now. I feel like
We're going to do all right on Friday night. I got faith in you.
I'm excited.
That's Black Mamba, everybody. Root for him. FS1, 6 p.m. Friday night.